Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Hey, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't subscribed yet? IUIC Atlanta Burning 2.0. What you waiting on? Get it done. Do it now.
Hey, get them clicks, get them likes, and subscribe. Do it now.
What do God call you? A Jew?
Yeah.
Look at his sign. Israel. Israelites, all right?
That's right.
So once you know who you are, now it's something required of you. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Once you learn who you are, now you got to learn what you must do. Because a king must conduct himself as what? A king, right?
That's right.
You're a king. But watch this. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God?
You know why it's important to fear God? He brought it out earlier. Why is it important to fear God? Because of what? Destruction. And what else? My brother, why is it important to fear God? Who did this to us? Who allowed this to happen to black people?
Bring it up.
You know? Did God do this or did the devil do this? The devil. Give me Isaiah 40. You know what I'm talking about? What is it? 45 and 7. Watch this. You say the devil did this? Who did this, Brad? You been here. Who did this?
God did.
God did it. So watch this. Read.
Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7.
What's your name, by the way? Omarion. Watch this, Omarion.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
So I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and make evil.
I, the Lord,
I who?
the Lord,
Who?
the Lord,
Satan.
the Lord.
Omarion. Who creates evil? God creates evil. Read.
Do all these things.
So God do all these things. So why must we learn to fear God? Because God brings evil on us.
Right.
For sinning against him. For breaking his commandments. Go back to Deuteronomy. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Because God requires something of us. That Brad, Omarion, read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
But to fear the Lord thy God. Why? Because God brings evil. Guess what? Slavery was evil.
Right.
The curses that's placed upon our people is an evil. Read.
To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God.
You know why I say to walk in his ways? Because if we're the sons of God, we must walk as our Father God, right?
Right.
Do we walk as God? No, we don't walk as God. Guess what? We doing the things that this people right here, Omarion, who is this? You say that's God? Watch this, we gonna get that. But that's who we following. Read, hold on, finish that out.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Brad, that's the whole conclusion of our life, to keep the commandments of the Lord, to walk after God. Now, Omarion says that this is God, right? We already proved that which one is God, Brad. But watch this, we're gonna show our brother Omarion. How old are you?
17.
17? You go to church? That image is in the church you go to? Watch this. Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revelation of Jesus Christ, meaning the revealing. When you reveal something, you show something, right? Watch this.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool,
So which one of these images, Omarion, is the head, the hair on Christ's head is white? Which one? Which one? This? You say his head is white. Huh? Watch this, read it again. How you doing, sir? What's your name? JD. We going over the image of Christ. Which one is Christ? Is it this or is it this? This one. My brother right here said that he was taught that this was God, right? Like all of us. When we were growing up, many of us was taught that this was Christ, right? Exactly. Exactly. They showed us this. This was in grandmama's house. This was in the church. This was all over the world. That's why not just Omarion, but many of our people believe that this is Jesus Christ. Watch this. Read it again.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Omarion, when it says his head and his hairs, it's talking about the hair on his head and his beard, right? So which image fits what we just read in the Bible? This or this? This, right? So it's strike one against this. Watch this.
As white as snow.
As white as snow, like you said. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes, the white of his eyes was red. So it said his eyes was as a flame of fire. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Omarion and JD, if y'all didn't have socks on, I could see the color of y'all feet, right? So it says, and his feet.
As if they burned in, and his feet like unto fine brass.
JD, what color is fine brass? Like a brownish color. Watch this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burned in a furnace. So Omarion, if you take something that's brown and you burn it, what color is it? Huh? It's black.
Yes, right.
Brad. Did they show you the commandments? Did they go over some commandments with you? What were some commandments you learned? What's today? See, you got to know what today is. Because guess what? Your enemy told you that the Sabbath day is on Sunday. But it's today. Give me Daniel 7:25. It's profitable for them to teach you the wrong information. Because again, if the wages of sin is death, wouldn't it be profitable for your enemies to teach you the wrong information?
Right.
Your enemies want you to die. So they're going to teach you the wrong thing. If they don't treat you right, they don't teach you right.
Yes.
Watch this. Read.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He shall speak great words against the Most High. Who is this talking about? The so-called white man. Read.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And shall wear out the saints. How is he wearing us out? He's oppressing us. He's putting us through slavery. He's doing everything against the children of Israel.
Right.
That's how he's, read it again.
And shall wear out the saints.
That's how he's wearing out the saints of God. You understand? Read.
Out the saints of the Most High. And think to change times and laws.
How do you think to change times and laws? When does the new year begin?
December 31st.
You say December 31st?
Yeah, January 1st.
What about you? What about you? When do you think, I'm asking the question first, when do you think the beginning of the year start? You got the Bible dictionary? The beginning of the year starts in the springtime when everything begins to grow again. In the winter, everything is dead. Nothing is growing. That's how one of the ways he did what? Read it again.
And think to change times and laws.
He changed the beginning of the year because guess what? We have feast days according to the certain times of the year that you need to know. So if he changed the times of the year, we will be confused on what to celebrate. You understand? It's feast days in the Bible that lines up with the time of the year. If they change that, we won't do it. Just like on the day you go to church, they teach us what day? Sunday. What day did God say to do it? Saturday, the Sabbath day. In Spanish, it's Sabado. That's Saturday. Guess what? Your enemies want us confused. They want us confused and doing what we do every day, walking around, smoking, drinking, getting high, pouring out our sisters. You understand? Listen to drill music, rap music, getting defiled in our minds, hating each other. Watch this. Let me prove to you that the beginning of the new year is in the springtime. Watch this.
A bib, an ear of corn, the pre-exilic name for the first month of the year.
So it's called a bib. Read.
After the exile, the name was changed to Nisan. It fell about the time of our March and early April.
So guess what? The first month of the year falls around March and April.
Right.
But guess what? We don't know that because this man taught us everything. Read that again as Daniel, the end part.
Daniel 7:25, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
So guess what? I said again, he changed the times. Go to Exodus 20, because this is a law that we must follow. Today is the Lord's Sabbath day.
That's right.
Guess what? You know, if we want to revolutionize against our enemies, all we have to do is stop buying on Saturday. That would affect their businesses. When do most black people get paid? Friday. Why do you think that? Because the Sabbath day falls on Friday night to Saturday night. You don't think your enemy know that? He know everything about us. Why do you think they have most of their sales go on Friday? So you can do what? Get paid and go spend your money and break God's laws. Watch this, read.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
And the Bible says remember, because guess what? There was going to come a time that we were going to go into slavery and we were going to forget the Sabbath day. Because guess what? We think the Sabbath day is Sunday. That's when our people go to church. That's when they go and worship this image right here, who is not Jesus.
Right.
They go on Sunday. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So guess what? God told us we have 6 days. 6 days to get everything done. Work and all the things that you need to do for yourself done in 6 days. Yes, sir.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Guess what? If all black people followed that law in America where they didn't buy, sell, and work on Saturday, you know America would lose a lot of its businesses. A lot of the white establishments would lose their businesses because they profit off of us in sin. They profit off of us breaking the Lord's Sabbath days, getting paid on Friday and spending our money on Saturday. You understand that? You believe in the Bible, right? Read it again.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
So if we own businesses, JD, you own a business? What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? You do the buses? Okay, so guess what? If you had your own business, you would close that down on the Lord's Sabbath day to honor God's Sabbath. We don't do that. But guess what? Again, because they changed the times and laws, they was able to tell us that the Sabbath day is on Sunday.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word